Okay, so this is the interior search with tables. Two video cameras shooting this search, and some angles are a little better from the other camera, but we'll roll with this one and use it the best we can. So first thing to note, there's quite a while before the video actually starts, and you can see me outside the doors there, hunched over, and everybody's chatting. And now I'm going to reach out for the door, and I'm just going to start cracking it open. And this is a pretty good strategy, works for us. Rather than swinging a door open and entering, I crack it open and let Muriel get a nice little peek with her nose, and I just let her squeeze in to work the picture, so there's not a ton of disturbance, and hopefully just a nice little trail of scent for her to pick up on. So we'll see what happens here. So there it is, just cracking open. She's sniffing, she's deciding what she wants to do. So then I hang back in the doorway there. She real quickly bounces around to work this first hide, which you can't see very well. It's on a little AV stand that's got a TV, and then down below is a VCR and a remote. And she alerts right on that remote. So I waited the entire time while she was working that hide. Then she goes straight on here. So she finds this hide. Then there's a hide on this shop vac here. There's also a hide way over in the corner on some shelving. And somewhere over here there's a hide on a tabletop that we didn't find. But so you've got a big convergence of odors here. And she hits the edge of this shelving where some things are probably moving and catching, and that shelving is a point where she picks up on something coming from that direction. And it concerns me just a little, because the last time she broke off and started working in the middle of an area was that search just before was the garage bottle search, and that made life difficult for us. So I'm really hoping she comes back and works this. So I know she's on to something, which is why I wanted to have her come back and work it. Okay, so she gets that hide right there on the shop vac, and we keep going. Now she's working this chair. Good. So she went deep under the chair, the front right leg under the seat, deep under there. So she worked that one pretty nicely. So that's 3. This was a 3-minute search, unknown number of hides, and there turned out to be 5 hides, and we found 3 already in pretty good time. Now we were told this whole area here, which has a bunch of little blue trays with miscellaneous items in them, stored little tiny items. We were told that's all completely off limits, no worry to even search that. And so what do? But I toss her, grab her, and practically toss her into the area we're not supposed to search. Whoosh. And then I tell her, what are you doing? That's not part of the search area. Well, obviously she had nowhere else to go. So she runs straight down to the end here. So you can't see it, but this metal shelving has a lower bar. There's ground level, there's the lower bar, and there's the support bar, and it was down there on that lower bar. And that's what she was working back there at the far end of the shelving. This is what she caught. So we got that one. That's 4 hides in quick order. We did that pretty quickly. And now she kind of picks up on the tabletop hide. And since we never find this one, and I don't recall a debrief with a clear indication of where it was. I'm not going to make any marks on the screen for which table or what part of the table it was, because we never found it. But when we see Jasper and Christy's video in the coming weeks, as long as they found it, which hopefully they did, then we'll get a good picture where it was. But she's clearly having a hard time sticking with it, and I'm not sure enough where she wants to work to make her stick with it like I was in the beginning. So I let her go around to this wall, and now you've got a few different things happening here. We had a 30-second warning, so she ate up some time trying to deal with this. So I call an alert for really nothing, just like we've talked about a number of times here. She swirls around in here, goes up, doesn't really do any kind of real indication. But I heard that 30-second warning. I thought we better call something. Really, it's probably a little bit of the chair odor getting underneath there, and then wherever that tabletop is, that's also probably causing some issues. Why she's going to the shelving like that when there's not anything actually there. So we putz around a little bit longer, waste our 30 seconds. And really, I should have moved myself around over to here to give her a chance to work the table area. But I was just fixated here thinking she's going to find something. And that was it. That was our 30 seconds. Pretty quick search compared to some of the other ones. And again, very well planned, well thought out search. You know, everything's there for you to find if you can just keep your wits, not get too inside your own head when you're watching your dog, and just be mindful of the time. If you've got 3 minutes, letting your dog search somewhere for 30 to 40 to 50 seconds is too much. It's too much time in the area. If you've got 6 minutes, maybe a little different story, but even so, 6 minutes, you probably got a bigger area to cover. So I still stick to that. Give them, 15, 20, 25 seconds, and then move on. If you find out you're wrong, you train. But, in this case, it might have helped us to get her moving faster off that shelving.